I recently received this parcel from Huish Outdoors, the company who runs Oceanic. And I have a feeling it might be, after all, their brand new Oceanic Plus dive housing. Let's find out together right after the intro. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and this very special video today. Ever since the new Oceanic Plus dive housing was announced, I wanted to get my hands on it and test it for myself. Now, I reached out to Oceanic right after they made the initial announcement asking to provide a housing for testing and reviewing, but unfortunately I didn't get any answer back from them right away. Fair enough, they must have been very busy after making that initial announcement. So I decided to make a first impressions video based on the facts that were publicly available to me at that time. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it down in the video description below. Long story short, shortly after that video went live, I was contacted by Oceanic and they offered to provide a Oceanic Plus dive housing for testing and reviewing here on the channel. Happy days after all. So let's open that parcel together and have a first look at the new Oceanic Plus dive housing. So I'm just as excited as you are opening this package. And let's just get started right away. I'm really curious to see what this housing looks like, what it feels like. And I can't wait to take it with me onto my upcoming Philippines trip and test it out properly. And here we have it. Let's put that aside. All right. So this is our Oceanic Plus dive housing. Ooh, look at that. Comes in a nice little transportation box. Let's put the other stuff aside here for a moment. Nice little transportation box. And once we open that up, we have our Oceanic Plus dive housing here, and quite nicely tucked away we have accessories. We have a charging cable, we have some silicone grease, and we have some desiccant bags, we have rubber pads, we have like a plectron to get the o-ring out, and we have a spare main o-ring. So these are the extra accessories that we get in here. But now why don't we have a look at the Oceanic Plus dive housing itself. Let's pull that out of the box, put the box to the side for the moment, and just have a look at that housing. It feels quite heavy in your hand, I have to say. I think it's heavier than other housings that I've used in the past, other smartphone housings, which can be a good indication that the materials used here are of higher quality, very sturdy, and that's actually also the look and feel that you get when you first pull it out of the box. It has that grip, which is actually quite nice. You can hold it quite nicely here. You've got the shutter button right there on the top, which is easily pressable there. So that looks actually quite nice. Feels nice in your hand. So let's open that up. Opening it up, and we see the housing here. We've got our spring-loaded system here to put different variations of smartphones in there, different sizes, so it's a universal smartphone housing, which is good, that you can use it for a variety of different smartphone models, or iPhone models I better say. Then you've got your little box there for your little anti-fog bags. That's a nice feature, and it is the thing that with smartphone housings that have electronics in there and run with a Bluetooth connection, the probability of fogging up inside the housing, because the housing as well as the smartphone gets pretty hot, is quite likely. So that's why it's a good idea to have these little anti-fog bags in there to prevent the lens section of the housing from fogging and destroying your capability of taking photos and videos while on your dives. So that looks all nice, all these buttons here. That looks fine. I have to say, this is not a brand new housing, this is a test housing that Oceanic sent me, that they've had sent to other people beforehand as well. So this has been used before. You can see that it's not brand new, but it looks very, very nice, and I'm very excited to take this out on my first try dive, which is actually going to be in the Philippines, as I said before. Alright, so why don't we try to put my iPhone 13 Pro in there, connect to the Oceanic Plus app, and see how the interface works and how everything else works in there, and what the first impression of that is. My first impression of the housing itself is very solid. Oh, something I forgot. Down here at the very bottom, you have the vacuum pump, so you'd open that up to establish the vacuum, I'm guessing, and then once that's done, you just seal that up again. We'll have a look at how this vacuum system, the vacuum pump, works once we've put the smartphone, the iPhone, in here. So why don't we go ahead and do that. So first of all, we'll have to open the Oceanic Plus app and go through a couple of things there. There is a little onboarding process that we can go through together here. So if you have registered, you need to do this onboarding. You have to add your contact information, which is already been entered there. So during the onboarding process, you get to this section here where you can choose your plan. As you know, you will need to purchase a subscription with Oceanic if you want to use their dive computer feature of the Oceanic Plus dive housing. So you get either an annual plan, a monthly plan, a free diving monthly plan, a one-day plan, or you can do the free snorkeling plan, which doesn't include the dive computer feature. You're only going to get the depth gauge and the water temperature and your dive time. You get a compass and a logbook, but no dive computer, no decompression limit showing, stuff like that won't be available here. I'll just go for that one for now. You can always upgrade to another version later on. So once we've gone through the onboarding, we'll get to the app interface of the Oceanic Plus app, and here we can pair the devices. So it's now searching for the dive housing. I don't know if I need to press any button maybe to activate the housing. Okay, so there's a green light on the housing now, and now it's found the housing and it's already paired. So what we can also do, we can check for updates. We won't be doing that right now. This is great. So we can go into camera settings. Oh, this is nice. Now we can adjust our settings right here before we head down underwater. So what's our format? We want to be doing the photos. I want a raw and the high efficiency format. Then we've got an aspect ratio, 4:3 is fine for me. Exposure compensation, that's all right. We'll leave it at the standard, no correction there. We've got our video recording. I like to record at 4K at 60 frames per second. We've got a smart capture time, not quite sure what that is. We'll find that out later, I guess. And we've got a standby timer, 30 seconds. Yeah, we'll leave that as it is, as a standard value for now. So these are the camera settings that we can set before we put it inside the housing. So before I can put it in, this is actually nice. It gives me like a pre-dive check. So a checklist. So it tells me the Bluetooth needs to be connected, the housing needs to be connected, housing's battery needs to be above 40%, iPhone's battery needs to be above 40%. Then it tells me I should put it into airplane mode. Haven't done that yet, I'll do it now. So now it's in airplane mode. This is changing now. Media storage space tells me it's got enough space. And then I have to confirm that I'm fit and ready to dive. Before proceeding, please ensure that you are working in a clean and dry environment. Good point. Yes, I am. Continue. And now I need to place the smartphone inside the housing. There we go. I can place it so that the cameras are not obstructed there. And I do like this. It actually shows you a step-by-step procedure to get the housing ready. So the first step is obviously to open up the housing and put the housing or the phone in there. We've done that. Step 2 is to open the vacuum valve. Okay, we've opened that. Now confirm that the vacuum valve is opened. Yes, confirm. Step number 3, this should have been probably step number 1, because now that I've got the housing, the phone in there, I can't really access that little anti-fog section anymore, but yes, I have put that in there. Alright, this is where the phone goes inside. I was going a step too quickly, that was my mistake. And then we can close up the housing. Alright, we can close up the housing. There it is. And then it tells me with the right hand button there, the orange one, I can confirm that. And now, I don't know if you guys can hear this. It's pulling the vacuum. I just put it close to the microphone. It's pulling that vacuum. It tells me now the vacuum is, it has pulled that vacuum. We can close the vacuum valve. Press again the orange button. Confirm that the vacuum cap is closed. Yes, it is closed. And now we've got a 3-minute seal check. So now it's gonna check for 3 minutes if the pressure is gonna stay consistent throughout those 3 minutes inside the housing, which is going to be the indication that the seal is proper, is working, and that we are safe to take this housing underwater. So we'll just wait for a moment until these 2 minutes have passed, and then we'll go and have a look at the inside of the menu, the structure, and everything else that this housing and the software have to offer. Alright, so the 3 minutes have passed, and the Oceanic Plus Dive Housing tells me that the seal is intact, it's working, it's properly sealed, so I can feel safe to take the phone in the housing underwater now. So this is obviously not going to happen right now because I'm here in my studio, but let's nevertheless have a quick look at how I can work the interface here. So if I press for 2 seconds, I unlock it. Do you want to open the dive housing? No, I don't want to open the dive housing. Okay, what about I press this one? Okay, so now we are here in, so I need to press the shutter button to activate it. I see the orange one is to tell the housing, the software, that you want to open the housing. So what about, how do I get into the camera features? Are here, right? So we have photo. What can we change there? We have our, okay, so I can't really change much there. It's really just, yeah, I can't really change much there. I can change to video, so now I'm video mode. Okay. And then I've got a smart capture mode. Also, this one is the one, I guess, where you can shoot video, and then whenever you want to take a photo, you can just press the shutter button again and it will take a photo. A standby. Oh, so this is, I guess, a mode that just saves battery if you're not shooting, right? Then we can go, what else we've got? We've got our gallery where we can watch the clips and stuff that we've taken, and our settings. Right, so formats. This is photo formats. So this is basically the same thing as you can do in the introduction. Before you put your phone in there, you can go through the same things. The only thing that I didn't see at the beginning is the video stabilization. So we can do either off or auto. Let's do this to auto. The focus mode. Manual. This is interesting. I'm not quite sure how this is gonna work with manual focus, but we'll figure that out at a later stage. We've got autofocus and autofocus. Not quite sure what the difference between those two is. It's also something that we'll have to figure out. Then we've got our recording quality. That's our video section there. The same things as we had before. We've got our smart capture time, standard timer, and that's it. So that's kind of the things that you can choose here. Because this is an iPhone 13 Pro, it doesn't have the ProRes capability in it yet. So I'm guessing that this is also the reason why it's not giving me the option to choose between the regular codec and the ProRes codec to use when I film underwater. Hopefully this is going to be different when I use my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I have actually, let me show you, which I have actually just received the other day as well. So, but I haven't had the chance to unpack it, so that's why I can't show you with that one right now. But the iPhone 15 Pro Max is gonna come with me to the Philippines, obviously, and I will be doing all the testing of the Oceanic Plus dive housing with the iPhone 15 Pro Max and all the new features that it includes as well. And I hope that we will be able to choose the ProRes recording codec, and I also hope that we will be able to choose the new log picture profile, the new log profile, so that we have a flatter image and have more leeway in color correcting and grading our iPhone footage in post-production. But as I said, I can't really show you right here because the iPhone 13 Pro doesn't have these features integrated, so it just makes sense that they're not showing here on the interface. All in all, I do think it's made quite nicely. It works quite well, and one thing that I'm not seeing here is how to change the different lenses. And how do I get back here? Okay, all right, so this is, okay, so I can change the lenses just here. This is fine. Does this work on the video mode as well? This is important for me. This is interesting. Okay, so you can change the different lenses on the photo mode. You can go from your 0.5 to your 1 to your 2 times to your 3 times lens. But here in video mode, it doesn't give me that option. I only have the 1-time lens, the main lens available here. I cannot change to any of the other lenses. I hope that this is not something permanent, that this is, maybe it's also, maybe they've got a new software update that I should have uploaded first. I'll do that right after this video and let you know. But if this is not, if you can't access the other lenses in video mode, that would be a bit of a bummer for me, because I mostly shoot video, so that's an important feature for me to be able to access those different lenses. But for now, as I'm seeing, this is not possible in the video mode, only in the photo mode, just as a quick little side note there. And to get your phone out of the housing again, as we found out just before, we can press the orange button for a few seconds, press continue. It's gonna ask us to, again, giving us a little step-by-step procedure, ask us to rinse the housing. Yes, we have done that. To wipe it dry. Yes, we have done that. To open the valve cap. Yes, we have done that. And now we need to press that little, I don't know if you can see this properly here, we have to press that little valve there into the seating. This is going to release the pressure, or the vacuum I better say. We've done that. Then we can close that up again. Alright. And now we can twist open the housing. Open it up. We've done that. We can remove the phone. Okay, let's go through all these steps. We'll remove the phone. Removed. And we can close up the housing again. And press and hold the orange button to put it to sleep. Deactivate it. We've done that too. Excellent. Alright, so there you have it. I think this should cover our unboxing of the Oceanic Plus Dive Housing pretty well. Should you have any questions regarding the unboxing or the housing in general, feel free to put them down in the comment section below. And just FYI, while you're watching this video, I am actually currently in the Philippines on our group trip testing this housing, as I mentioned before, together with my iPhone 15 Pro Max. So hopefully I will be able to share some cool footage taken with the iPhone 15 Pro Max inside the Oceanic Plus Dive Housing very, very soon. If you don't want to miss out on these example clips and the proper review of the Oceanic Plus Dive Housing that will follow up very soon here on the channel, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel and that all notifications are enabled. Also, do let me know down in the comment section below if there is anything specific that interests you about the Oceanic Plus Dive Housing that I should be, putting my focus on, or making sure that I definitely test it out throughout my testing period with this housing, so I can include it into the upcoming review here on the channel. Thank you very much, guys, for your time and for watching. Keep capturing all your amazing underwater adventures, and I look forward to seeing you back here on the channel next Tuesday with hopefully some cool new footage taken with the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Oceanic Plus Dive Housing. Have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.